As what Hillary Clinton said, you have just one life to live. It is yours. Own it, claim it, live it. Do the best you can do. So to all the women out there, keep reaching for the sky. Never stop trying and never give up. Welcome to the Resilience 30 Women Awards 2022 by Hapa and Shanghai Media on Hapa TV, where extraordinary stories from women are shared. The Resilience 30 Women Awards was created to celebrate women who deserve recognition of strength, courage, and resilience. Their perseverance, determination, and ability to bounce back from the recent global pandemic is a compelling value that must be recognized and celebrated. I'm Jennifer Ong, and my guest today is a true design lover who was born and raised in Malaysia. With her radiant personality right off the bat, it's no surprise that she has a great taste when it comes to interior design. She started her own company, The Door Interiors in Berhad, when she was only 25. The company's name was inspired by a movie she watched 10 years ago. Let's welcome Kate Choo, co-founder and managing director of The Door Interiors, Center Berhad.
Hi.
Hi, Kate.
I'm
Hi.
so excited and so nervous right now.
It's nice, and that's why I really love, because bringing women on here into the green screen here in the studio and having them go through the feeling of feeling nervous. Yeah. And that's when they do best. Yeah. So Kate, tell me, she has a company's tagline, and I love it. It's called Liberating Spaces, Liberating Lives. Tell me more about that.
Oh, why we say that we liberate people's spaces and liberating their lives? Because we as interior designers, we believe that when we are able to really free up the space for the client and really build a beautiful space for them, they are able to live in a better life. That's why when we say liberate the spaces, it means liberating their lives in the space itself.
Oh, that's so interesting, isn't it? Never thought about that you could, use that concept, in interior design. And the other thing I really loved about, when I was told that I was going to interview Kate, the next thing I was really, really interested to know is why the door? Why the door? I love the concept, but why the door?
Yes, so just now you mentioned that 10 years back, we actually watched a movie. Actually, that movie is called Temple Grande.
Right.
And inside that movie, they keep repeating this word where a door is a new opportunity. It's whether you want to go through it or not. So that's why not we call ourselves the door? So we tell our clients that we open up the door into their desirable spaces. Yes.
This girl, I tell you, look at her. 10 years ago?
Yeah,
10 years ago, you know her age now, right? 10 years ago, she was 25, she's 35. Okay, so I'm sure, I started my business when I was really, really young as well, right? And I know that, like, oh my God, if only I had all these opportunities and all the learnings. But I'm sure you went through a huge, a tough phase, starting business at 25. Yeah. What are your ups and downs?
Oh, I think it was very challenging. First of all, in our industry, because we do design and build, most of the people in our industry are actually males. Guys.
Right.
So being a lady in the industry, trying to get the things done, it was quite challenging things for us. And then another thing is also the ups and downs. Like when I was 25, I don't come from a business background. My family is a very moderate family. We don't do business. I was like the first few who actually ventured into doing business. Right. So I had a lot of challenge in terms of course, collections that time. I remember when I was 26, 27, that time I actually had a big debt that we need to pay. And that time, to some, the amount may not be big, but to me, it's actually a big amount. That time, the company actually owed around 200,000 of money. So how we actually, myself actually that time, how I faced it was, of course, face it upfront, talk to the suppliers, and at the same time, most importantly is to solve the problem. So I remember in my office that time, it was on my very nice yellow table. Right. We talked to our suppliers. I remember there was 5 of them. Each of them, we talked to them and say, hey, right now I'm having a hard time. I just want to solve your problem. Can you help me or not? So they gave a best price and all. Then after that, once they gave the best price, I wrote down 12 PD checks.
Right.
At time, PD checks.
Right.
And then we used 1 whole year to actually repay the debts. And I would say that time I remember it was just after Chinese New Year we settled it. But then the next year, following next year, although it was very tough during that year, but when the final PD check, when it was actually paid off, suddenly my shoulder is so much lighter.
Right.
So from there on, that one was when the company was on the third year, when I was like 28, 29, I think. Then after that, the company started to grow until what we are today.
Wow.
So in terms of challenges wise, I think that would be one of my most challenging part. I would say life-changing experience also, is to face it. I was almost crying every day that time. I was calling my mom like, "Mom, help me." But my mom, again, family support was also very important. My mom just told me that, "Aloya, I don't do business. I cannot help you. But you always have a home to come back to." That is the only thing for me that really kept me going. Right. And then that's it.
Right. So, and they were in Malaysia as well?
They were in Malaysia. Not very far away also. I was in Puchong and my mom was in Kajang and all. Right. So I think mental support was something that family could really give.
Right. But why did you choose to go into business at 25?
Oh, funny story about that. I used to work for people. I actually started working as an interior designer when I was 19 and 20. At that, I was like working and studying at the same time. So when I've been through a few companies, around like four companies during that period of working, and I noticed that a lot of interior designers, not to say my previous bosses are bad, they are very good bosses, but I noticed that designers in Malaysia, not just interior design, we are not being appreciated. And we are not being able to explore the design part, the creative part of what we actually want to propose.
Right.
So when actually when I was 24, that time I was studying, and also I was inspired by my boss previously was an architect. And then I decided when I was 25, it was also inside my goals.
Right.
25, I wanted to start something on my own. And that's why when I was 25, together with another previous partner, a girl, also a lady, strong lady also, we actually started the company.
Right.
And to inspire more designers.
Wow. What would be what's your learning? What would be the learnings that you can share with young female entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs who want to really start going into business at 25? My God, people will say, that's too young, right?
Yes.
But what would be your really takeaway from your own experience that you can share?
I would say always face up when we have a problem. Always solve it, face it in a positive way. And at the same time, be yourself, be sincere, be honest. That being honest is very important. Be sincere in a nice way also. And of course, listen to advice that I would say elderlies that they give. Although it may be some people, they will find it old-fashioned. Right. But when they say things and when they advise, they must mean you good. So I would say have an open mind to also listen up to them.
That's good. That's good. And just tell us very quickly, how did you ride the storm during COVID, and how did you get out of it?
Our industry was hit very badly because we are in the design and construction line. So of course, the first pandemic was, to be honest, was very tough for us. We did not know what to do. Of course, designers, we could work from home, but then we have our site workers, we have our supervisors, site supervisors. Then, of course, we brainstormed together. We came as like a family. We brainstormed together, and then we think of different ideas. We even thought of why not we sell durian for the time being? Came up with those kind of ideas. But when the things really kickstart, when we really revamped, was actually at the second MCO. We started to go online, meaning online selling design ideas, interior design ideas, renovation packages. You never could imagine that actually we could sell things like going through Lazada or Shopee, because we had a ready platform there. Yeah. And we managed to actually did some business that, although we may not be able to cover the overall cost of our whole team, but at least we don't do so much. But I would say that one thing that we really gained during the pandemic period was we came as a family. There's no ups and downs. We are not just the boss. We work together. We are all the same.
Nice. That's so important, isn't it? I mean, in business where you really, everyone, I think the pandemic is one thing. right? And you've been in business for 10 years, right?
Yes.
There's people who've been in business for 15 years, 20 years, whatever. And it's always during the business journey that you will face your own pandemic, your own crisis, right?
Yes.
And so important, like what you say, that you find the learnings, you find the positive learnings out of it, and you know how it can help you to move and level up. Right?
That's true.
That's good. That's good. So, Kate, before we close, before I let you off, tell us just very quickly, what is the future for the door?
Oh, future of the door. Of course, we have very big plans. We have some plans actually we wanted to do during just before MCO 2019, and we actually wanted to open our showroom, which we did right after MCO, and we are planning to do more of the retail business in terms of the kitchen wardrobe specialist, because we do have our own factory and all. So we are seeing big things that are going to happen very soon. So you just look at our Facebook and all.
Nice. Cool. So so it's really, really, really inspiring. My gosh, it's just giving me so much inspiration. And the 25 years old, girl who came out and started on business, and today they're opening up their own showroom. And doing business. So thank you so much, Kate, for sharing your story. Thank you. And I really do hope Kate's story has inspired you in some way in moving forward with your dreams, no matter how tough the situation is. Just keep going and stay strong. Take on the world with confidence, regardless what your age is. So thank you. Follow us on Hapa TV, Facebook for more empowering stories from some of the most amazing young women entrepreneurs in Malaysia.